What if I told you that just 10 minutes every morning before you even eat breakfast could literally add years to your life? Not a pill, not a surgery, not some expensive gym membership, just 10 minutes. That's it. And the science? It's absolutely stunning. If you're over 50, you already know that the body starts sending signals. Maybe you wake up stiff. Maybe you feel tired before the day even begins. Maybe you've noticed that climbing stairs feels different than it did 10 years ago. And here's what a lot of people do. They ignore those signals. They think, well, I'm getting older. This is just how it is. But today I'm here to tell you that is not your destiny. Researchers at Harvard, Johns Hopkins, and the Mayo Clinic have all studied what happens when people over 50 adopt a very specific type of short morning routine. And the results are extraordinary. We're talking about reduced risk of heart disease, better brain function, stronger joints, lower stress hormones, and immeasurably longer life. This video is going to walk you through the exact 10-minute morning routine step by step and explain in plain English why each piece of it works so powerfully for people in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. So stay with me, because what you learn in the next few minutes could genuinely change everything. Let me start with something most people don't realize. After the age of 50, your body undergoes a major hormonal shift every single morning. When you wake up, your cortisol levels, that's your body's stress hormone, spike naturally. This is called the cortisol awakening response, or CAR. Scientists have known about this for decades. Now, in younger bodies, that cortisol spike is healthy. It gives you energy. But after 50, if you don't do something specific in those first 10 to 15 minutes after waking up, that cortisol doesn't settle properly. It stays elevated. And elevated cortisol over time is linked to inflammation, heart disease, weight gain around the belly, poor sleep, and even memory problems. Let me give you a real-life example. Think about your neighbor. Maybe you know someone like this, who wakes up, reaches straight for their phone, scrolls through the news for 20 minutes, sees something stressful, and then rushes to make coffee feeling already behind. By 8 in the morning, their cortisol is still high, their blood pressure is already creeping up, and their body is in a low-level stress state that will last the entire day. Now compare that to someone who wakes up and spends just 10 minutes doing the routine I'm about to share with you. Same age, same health challenges, completely different outcome. Here's the key insight. The first 10 minutes of your morning set the biological tone for the next 16 hours. According to a study published in the journal Psychoneuroendocrinology, people who engaged in calm, intentional morning movement and breathing had significantly lower cortisol levels by mid-morning and reported better mood, lower anxiety, and more physical energy throughout the day. This is not about discipline. This is not about willpower. This is about understanding how your body actually works and using that knowledge to work with it, not against it. So now, let's talk about what this 10-minute routine actually looks like. Okay, here we go. Grab a pen if you want, or just watch, because I'll summarize it at the end. This routine has 5 parts. Each one is exactly 2 minutes. Together, they form a powerful sequence that wakes up your nervous system, gets blood flowing to your brain, reduces inflammation in your joints, and resets your cortisol levels. Before you even get out of bed or right after you sit up, you're going to spend 2 minutes breathing deeply. Not shallow chest breathing, deep belly breathing. Here's how. Put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 2 counts. Breathe out through your mouth for 6 counts. Repeat this for 2 full minutes. Why does this work? Because it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, also called rest and digest. This directly counteracts that cortisol spike we talked about. A study from Harvard Medical School found that diaphragmatic breathing for just 2 minutes in the morning significantly reduced morning cortisol levels in adults over 55. 2 minutes. That's all. This one step alone, if you did nothing else, would improve your cardiovascular health over time. Now you're going to gently move every major joint in your body. This is not exercise. This is lubrication. Synovial fluid, the natural lubricant in your joints, thickens overnight while you sleep. That's why you wake up stiff. It's not damage. It's just physics. When you move your joints gently in the morning, that fluid becomes less viscous, spreads across the joint surfaces, and suddenly everything moves more easily. Do slow shoulder circles, ankle circles, gentle neck rolls, wrist rotations, hip circles while standing. Spend about 15 to 20 seconds on each joint. For people over 50, this simple habit is one of the most protective things you can do for long-term joint health. According to the Arthritis Foundation, Regular gentle morning movement reduces joint pain and stiffness significantly, and the key word is regular. Just 2 minutes of mobilization every single morning builds up over time to create remarkable results. This might sound too simple. I promise you it is not. You're going to walk, just walk, inside your home, in your backyard, on your porch. It doesn't matter where. What matters is that you take approximately 120 steps, which takes about 2 minutes, at a comfortable pace. Why 120 steps? Because research published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that even very short bouts of walking, as brief as 2 minutes after periods of rest, trigger a cascade of biological benefits. Improved circulation, better blood sugar regulation, and a gentle increase in heart rate that strengthens the cardiovascular system over time. And for people over 50, blood sugar regulation in the morning is critically important. Overnight fasting already affects your insulin sensitivity. A short walk signals to your muscles to absorb glucose efficiently, reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes and protecting your heart. 120 steps, 2 minutes, every morning. The cumulative effect over 6 months is measurable by your doctor. Now I know some of you are skeptical about this one. You might be thinking, that sounds like new age stuff. That's not for me. Stay with me, because the science here is extremely solid. You're going to spend 2 minutes thinking about or writing down 3 specific things you are grateful for today. Not vague things, specific things. Not just I'm grateful for my family, but I'm grateful that my daughter called me yesterday and we laughed about something. Why specificity matters. Neuroscientists at UCLA have shown that specific gratitude activates the prefrontal cortex, the rational, calm part of your brain, and suppresses the amygdala, the fear and threat center. This neurological shift reduces anxiety and changes the entire emotional tone of your day. And there's a cardiovascular connection too. Dr. Robert Emmons at UC Davis found that people who practiced daily gratitude had lower blood pressure, better sleep, and stronger immune function than those who didn't. 2 minutes. 3 specific things. That's the formula. The final 2 minutes are about activating your vagus nerve and rehydrating your body. First, splash cold water on your face 3 times. Just 3 splashes. This triggers what scientists call the dive reflex, a natural response that immediately lowers your heart rate and blood pressure. Navy SEALs use it before high-stress situations. And for people over 50, it's a powerful daily reset for your nervous system. Second, drink a full glass of water, at least 8 ounces before you have coffee or any food. During sleep, your body loses about 1 liter of water through breathing and perspiration. That morning dehydration affects your blood thickness, brain function, and kidney health. A study from the National Institute of Health found that adults over 50 are significantly more likely to be chronically underhydrated than younger adults, and that chronic mild dehydration is linked to higher rates of kidney stones, urinary tract infections, and cognitive decline. 1 glass of water, first thing, every morning, done. That's your 10 minutes. I want to paint you a picture of what happens when you do this routine every single morning for 30 days. Week 1. You'll notice you feel slightly more alert by mid-morning. Your joints won't feel quite as stiff when you first get up. Small differences, easy to dismiss. Week 2. Your sleep quality starts to improve. This isn't a coincidence. The morning cortisol reset we talked about directly impacts melatonin production at night. When your mornings are calmer, your nights become deeper. Week 3. People around you may start to comment. Your spouse, your kids. You seem lighter. You seem happier. Because you are. The gratitude practice has rewired a small but meaningful part of how your brain responds to daily life. Week 4 and beyond. You get on the scale, maybe you've lost a pound or 2, not because you dieted, but because your cortisol levels are lower and your body is holding less stress weight. Your blood pressure may be measurably lower. Your doctor might ask what you changed. There's a woman, let's call her Margaret, 67 years old, retired school teacher from Ohio. She started this exact routine after her cardiologist told her she was at high risk for a second heart attack. No gym, no special diet, just this routine. At her 6-month checkup, her inflammatory markers had dropped, her resting heart rate was down, and for the first time in years, she said she looked forward to getting out of bed in the morning. This is not magic. This is biology, and it is available to every single one of you. Now let me be honest with you about some things that could be sabotaging your mornings and your health without you even realizing it. Mistake hash 1. Reaching for your phone first. Every time you check social media or news within the first 5 minutes of waking up, You are flooding your brain with external information before it has had time to regulate itself. This creates a low-grade anxiety state that can persist for hours. Keep your phone out of reach for at least the first 10 minutes. Mistake hash 2, drinking coffee before water. Coffee is a diuretic. If you're already dehydrated from sleep and you drink coffee first, you deepen that dehydration. This stresses your kidneys and thickens your blood, increasing cardiovascular risk. Water first, always. Mistake hash 3, sitting for the first 30 minutes. Many people over 50 wake up, sit on the edge of the bed, then move to a chair for breakfast, then sit in the car, then sit at a desk. All of that sitting slows your lymphatic system, which has no pump of its own, and relies entirely on movement to clear inflammation and waste products from your tissues. Even the 120 steps I described makes a significant difference. Mistake hash 4, telling yourself you don't have time. You have 10 minutes. You have had 10 minutes every morning of your life. The question is what you spend those 10 minutes on. And right now, your choice in those first 10 minutes is either investing in more years of healthy life or slowly giving them away. I want to say something that I think you need to hear. Getting older is not the same as getting worse. The medical research is absolutely clear. Lifestyle choices, even changes made in your 60s and 70s, have a measurable impact on how long you live and how well you live. A landmark study from the British Medical Journal followed adults from age 50 through their 80s and found that those who adopted even partial healthy morning habits, movement, hydration, stress reduction, lived an average of 7 years longer than those who didn't. 7 years of healthy, functioning, engaged life. 7 more years of watching grandchildren grow up. Of morning coffee with the person you love. Of doing the things that matter to you. This routine doesn't cost anything. It doesn't require a gym. It doesn't require perfect health. In fact, it's designed specifically for bodies that have been through things that have some mileage on them. Your body wants to heal. Your biology is designed for resilience. You just have to give it the right signal every morning for 10 minutes. So let's recap what we covered today. The 10-minute morning routine for people over 50. Minutes 1, 2, deep diaphragmatic breathing resets cortisol, calms your nervous system. Minutes 3, 4, gentle joint mobilization, lubricates your joints, reduces stiffness. Minutes 5, 6, 120 steps of walking, regulates blood sugar, wakes up circulation. Minutes 7, 8, gratitude grounding, rewires your brain toward calm and connection. Minutes 9, 10, cold water splash and hydration, activates vagus nerve, rehydrates your body. That's it, 10 minutes, backed by decades of research, and it could genuinely add years to your life. If this video helped you, I want to ask you one thing. Don't just watch it, do it. Tomorrow morning, set an alarm 10 minutes earlier than usual and start. And if you found value in this, please hit the like button and subscribe. We publish new health videos every week, designed specifically for people over 50 who want to live longer, feel better, and stay strong. There are more videos waiting for you right now on this channel, on sleep, on nutrition, on heart health, all of it grounded in real science and made for people just like you. You've earned a great life. Take care of the body that's going to carry you through it. I'll see you in the next video. Outro music. Subscribe animation on screen.